Ooh, tough one. WWE loves a surprise return, almost as much as it loves a chair shot to the back. Here are the few most anticipated WWE returns that fans, and honestly me too, are hyped about. Randy Orton. He's back now, but if he disappears again, fans will always be waiting for that RKO out of nowhere energy that never gets old. I know he's here already, but Randy Orton returning one day would mean more than just a comeback. It would be a moment of legacy, emotion, and unfinished business. Here's what it can mean in different ways. Orton isn't just a superstar, he's a third generation icon. And every return reminds fans that the Viper always strikes when you least expect it. It means a new chapter in one of WWE's most storied careers, filled with new rivalries and maybe even a final title run. His presence would elevate any brand, Raw, SmackDown, or even NXT. Add an experience, star power, and unpredictability. Expect big promos, surprise RKOs, and high-profile feuds. A return could mean Randy testing the next generation, like Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Gunther, Bron Breakker, or even Dominic Mysterio. Better to challenge the future than the man who's been breaking legends since 2004. Randy Orton returning would mean history, hype and havoc. One of WWE's most dangerous minds back in the game. And someone's about to catch an RKO out of nowhere. Would you want him to return as a heel or a face? Let me know down in the comments down below. This one's a bit heartbreaking. Since Bray Wyatt tragically passed away, fans are hoping his legacy returns through something special. Maybe Uncle Howdy fully taking on Bray Wyatt's torch with a haunting new faction. I know they have the Wyatt Six, but I feel like they're not doing justice to Bray Wyatt. Now I'm going to say this off the cuff. I'm not going to be like writing it down or rereading it. But Bray Wyatt was just like such a character. One of the best actors in wrestling. Fantastic. And a fantastic wrestler to go with it as well. I think like there's a lot of wrestlers out there that can wrestle, but their talking / acting is not with it. You know what I'm saying? It's not part of wrestling to them. All they do is they wrestle a great match and then that's it. They finish and go backstage. Whereas Bray Wyatt spoke, good talker, great wrestler, but he passed way too soon, like way too soon. I know Uncle Howdy, Bray Wyatt's brother, is on the scene on the Wyatt Six, but I'm just not getting the feeling that it's the same as when Bray Wyatt was in the Wyatt family. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is another wrestler just gone way too soon, man. Triple H. I remember Triple H when he was in the Attitude Era. When I first started watching wrestling, when The Rock was in the Attitude Era. And he hated The Rock. And I love The Rock. And therefore, I hated Triple H. I believed it back in the day. What can I say? I was a kid. But, like, as things have gone on, like wrestling's like moved forward, and I think like I know for a fact it's not real. I respect him more as a wrestler because what he made me feel back then was just like what a wrestler should do. It should make you feel. Surely it's not all about the wrestling, like I bet it is, although that's great. But they got to make you feel something, and he made me hate him. I didn't like him because he was against Mick Foley as well. Cactus Jack, and I didn't like him for that, and I loved Cactus Jack, you know, so he is a great wrestler. Anyway, if he could return, it would be great, although I think him returning now, you know, his heart's no good. I don't think it's a great idea for him to ever return. He made returns, and they were great returns, but yeah, he is honestly one of the best to do it. AJ Lee, still one of the most wanted returns ever, right? I mean, if she ever steps back in the ring, maybe alongside CM Punk, the internet would implode like a super kick to the face. I mean, there's part of me that really wants AJ Lee to return, but whether she will or not, I don't know. She's been out of the game for so long now, but CM Punk is back. So and you know, wrestling always changes. There's always things happening in wrestling. I'm always surprised by wrestling to this day. So I wouldn't rule AJ Lee out. She was really wanted in the recent Evolution. I don't know that, and I understand that, but anyway, Evolution was really good, right? It was a good PLE. I really enjoyed that. Anyway, I digress, man. Yeah, AJ Lee is definitely wanted. The Undertaker. Even if it's just the gong. The man retires every year and still gives us goosebumps with one bell toll. Doesn't even have to wrestle, he shows up and it's magic. I understand that he's past it, but he's made returns so many times now. I'm starting to think he's just immortal and he's not beyond it. You know, pro wrestling makes you forget that these people are actually human beings. I enjoyed all his runs, all of them. But I think the one that I enjoyed the most is when he was the American Badass. I think that was the coolest, when he had the motorbike and all that. I don't know why I prefer that to his like normal Undertaker that he done, and the Ministry of Darkness, which is also cool as well, which I'm showing on this video, by the way. But I don't know, there's something about me that just really liked the American Badass. Like, it was a completely different take on Undertaker, like, completely different, like, and he didn't take about 5 hours to come down to the ring. He just came down on his motorbike and he was there straight away. Imagine if he came back and reinvented himself again. You know, like, Mick Foley had, like, the 3 phases of Foley, like Mankind and all that lot. Imagine if he came back and just reinvented himself completely. How crazy would that be? I mean, as nice as Mark Galloway is, imagine if he came back as an old, decrepit, nice man, and then down the line he just changed to like some evil, sort of like heel. I don't know, man. There's something about it that's be cool. But even just the gong, like this said, even the gong, it makes everyone jump up, and like the WrestleMania gong, the recent one that we had against The Rock, I was like, ah! Yeah, it wasn't Stone Cold, but it was The Undertaker. Yeah, it was just The Undertaker, man. Matt Cardona. Now, remember I told you this. He needs to return. He's got to return, right? He's in loads of promotions. He's done like loads of different promotions. His wife is in WWE, Chelsea Green. Surely he's got to return at some point. But when he's going to return, I have no idea. I don't really know. I mean, he was good in WrestleMania and he won the IC title there. So he's got to return, and his body of work is just great. I've been watching him since he's left WWE, and his body of work is just great. He was the Indie God. He's been in GCW. I think he's been in NWA as well and won the belt. He's had so many different belts. I think the guy's great. I don't know him like personally, but like the content that he puts out is great content. And you know, I really like his wife Chelsea Green as well. I think she's a great wrestler. I think her acting as well is just great acting. It makes you think, oh, because she's one of those. She's like, you know, all loud, but she's great. She's such a great wrestler. You know, and she's held a title, the North American title. Yeah, she's just brilliant. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I do think Matt Cardona's gonna come back to WWE, and it needs to happen soon, man, because I'm getting older. I'm getting old as f***. It needs to happen, man. You know? But yeah, Matt Cardona is my #1 pick for a return. Well, what did you think of the video? I just like talking wrestling and just like guessing what's going to happen. I mean, there's so many people that guess all the time, but like they say, oh, this person's going to come back this day, or this day's going to do. But like, they don't know. They're usually wrong half the time anyway. But anyway, like I said, what did you think of the video? Please leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let's chat it up, man. Let's just chat this up. But until next time, take care. Peace out. Goodbye. Bye, 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 bye.